12.6 Part 2 Median and Mode. So if you recall the last week's lesson, the whole 12.6 lesson is actually called measures of center. And this is the definition. It's a single value used to describe the middle of a data set. And it's a useful way to summarize a data set, especially when the data set is large. The previous lesson, we just did mean or average, and this is a brief recap of that. Mean is taking all of the numbers, adding them together, getting a sum, which is 24.6, and then dividing by 6 and getting 4.1 seconds. This was the paper airplane competition that you may remember. We have two more that we're going to learn about when it comes to measures of center, and you have seen them already dotted throughout the previous lesson. The first one is median, and median is the middle value when the data are written in order. If the number of data items is even, the median is the mean of the two middle values. So we'll make sense of this last sentence as we go on. What I want you to remember is median is the middle value. Median is the middle value. It's kind of easy to remember because they both have D's in them, and the D's are kind of in the middle. And the first step in finding the middle is to put them in order from smallest to biggest, or least to greatest. So this right here is not in order. You have to take them and put them in order. And even if there are doubles, make sure those doubles go in there as well. So this is your order, all 6 of them. And what I do is when I write them in order, I count how many I have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then after I write them in order, I double check to make sure I have the same number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So on your paper, you don't necessarily need to write down the median definition, but why don't you at least write down these 6 numbers? And once you have them, you can hit pause and write them down. And once you have them written down, you can unpause. And we're going to find the middle of these 6 numbers. So let's read this, and then we'll do whatever it is we're supposed to do. The data set has an even number of values. This is the data set, and it has 6 values in it, which is an even number. So the median is the mean of the 2 middle values. Circle the 2 middle values of the data set. So because we have an even amount of numbers, we don't have one number that is in the middle. We have 2 numbers that are in the middle. So what we have to do is we have to find the middle of these 2 numbers, or find the mean of these 2 numbers. So all we got to do is take 2.9 and 4.7 and add them together. Now you can use a calculator to do all of this, but please write this down on your paper just so you do not forget. This is what you have to do to find the middle when you have 6 numbers or 4 numbers or any even number of values. You have to do this. So why don't we do 2.9 plus 4.7, get 7.6, and then you're finding the mean just of these 2 numbers. So it's 7.6 divided by 2, which is 3.8. So your median here is 3.8. So for this one, we had to do a little bit of extra work, but you'll see in some of our other examples, it won't always be this much. And then the other thing that I wanted to teach you is something called mode. All these measures of center begin with M, mean, median, and mode. And mode is just a value that appears most often. And I know you're going to say, well, this one has a D in it too, so how am I going to remember this? Median and mode. Median is the middle, and mode you can remember because MO in mode and MO in most. So that's how you can kind of remember what the mode is for. The mode is just anything that appears more often than any of the other values. So in here, if you remember, we had 2.9 and 2.9. So in this case, our mode is 2.9, but we'll do a couple more examples where we might have more than one mode, or it's possible to not have a mode at all.